Traders, it is Monday morning. I am ready with my pocket pair ace set up to get the show rolling. Now today, part of the game plan is going to be letting the trade find me versus me finding the trade, because when you try to find trades, that's when you tend to over trade. And additionally, my first trade over the last couple weeks has been red every single time. So what does the system say? If that's red, let's skip that first trade. The first trade we find that we want to trade, let's say, nah, let's not take that. Let's move on to the second trade so that we can start the day with some cushion. When you start green and you build a little cushion, you can build what they call house money. You hit your quota on the day, you have some additional funds to kind of play with. You're kind of trading a little buzzed, which is good. I mean, it loosens up the edge on you, so you'll start trading some more hands, even if they're not the pocket pair of aces. You might trade pocket twos, which may not work every hand, but maybe they have a 60% chance of statistically working out versus your 80% edge. So today, let's focus on that, traders. Let's manifest a victory today. Let's get it. I like this MBI. We got a minute till the market opens on up, so I'm flipping through some tickers. Triple top, 710, but everything's gapping down this morning, so we could hit this, risk in the 720 highs, previous close. Taking a look at that one. BEN, this one, really nice pop. Yesterday, random pop up towards 2259, 2174 is the 200-day moving average. So it's trying to hold that. We could risk either previous close or previous highs there. We have 23 as tough resistance. Orc gave everything back. This was a hangover. Got to take that one off. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and this one gave everything back too. Okay, market is now open. Everything is red in the watch list. MBI I do like, but it's got a 15-cent spread. Ben isn't bad, 6-cent spread. I've been early every single day. This is the one I would want to trade, so let's just pretend like I'm hitting BEN for the hangover short against previous close. I hit it. We're done with that trade. It was a red trade. Now let's move on to the green trade, because BEN I would like to hit here at 22 against the previous close, 22.24. So we're just going to pretend like we traded that one. Let's move on to the next setup. HIMS is getting a pop. Really nice pop on HIMS. Now this one's the one with all the short interest on it, like 25 to 30% short interest. We could hit it up here, risking the previous close and high areas though. Kind of liking HIMS. The only thing that makes me nervous on it is in kind of a short squeeze scenario right now. See if we get filled. I put 35 shares out at 54. It's popping back up towards my fill price. Okay, we got filled at 54. Our stop's going to be 37.50. That's kind of a lot of risk right there. All right, let's put the stops out. So we need this one to hit some resistance, which is popping up towards, and then start pulling back on in. We'd like it back under 36. Kind of sitting stagnant here. I don't like that. Getting a pop right back up towards the average. It's getting bought on every single pop right now. Well, Ben would have worked out. Ben's got 21.50 on the ask. Yeah, I don't like how HIMS is still climbing up. 36.90 now. Well, Ben, that was not smart. This thing has sold off from 22 down to 21.30. I think I'm going to adjust my stop on HIMS. Now that it's had a decent pullback, I really don't want it back over the highs. I want it to start fading off the highs, and I don't want to give this as much risk as I originally did. 37.010 is going to be the adjusted stop, which is coming up to right now. I think we just need to get out of this one, guys. It's just in a short squeeze. It's having a hard time fading, even coming up towards the resistance from yesterday. So I'm going to cancel that and set another OCO. 37.20 is going to be the adjusted risk. All right, so tight risk up and over the highs, up towards resistance yesterday, and then, profit, just let this thing fade. So we're going to keep it a little tighter. It might keep going. We don't know, especially since a large percentage of the flow is short. This could still be the black sheep of the day. I saw this with the market down, this popping up a point up towards resistance, had to take the short. The only thing I'm upset about right now is I haven't taken any other trades. I've been kind of laser focused on that one. Looks like she wants to snap. You know what that means. She probably won't snap. Ben, what are you doing? This is the hangover short that we liked. I didn't take it. I didn't take it because you were going to make me red. Hims is coming down to this bottom trend line, probably accumulating more shorts for a squeeze. Yeah, I don't like this, guys. I'm thinking I may abort mission here soon if it doesn't go lower. I don't like this lower wick down here in the 30s. Just keeps getting bought up and bought up and bought up. Yeah, we're aborting mission. Gonna get out of it. Kind of a descending triangle that it may squeeze out of right now. So it's getting a little pop up. I just don't like the price action there at all. Where it should crack under this bottom support line, it's squeezing on up, which I felt like it might would. We'll revisit it. That was a good stop on Hims. Good feel. Sometimes you just got to feel them out. So that one's testing the highs and higher right now. Ben was like the perfect hangover. Risking previous close, 20 cents to make a point. You know, that's a 1 to 5 risk reward. So Ben was actually beautiful. But we've been red on every single one of those that we've attempted to trade over the last couple weeks. So tried to reverse psychologize it. And that did not end up working out. 25 resistance on GDS is popping up towards. Let's throw out a short on GDS as this one's popping back up towards its high a day. We can risk that. We got filled at 53, 24.53, 20% of the buying power, 53 shares. So let's put a stop out at 85. So we have our stop up towards the high profit target down here under VWAP 24.40. Looking for this to give back a little bit of this gain. As these things pop up back up towards their highs, oftentimes the longs that were in it up here like to break even on their trade, and that's when you'll start to see this one start unwinding a little bit more. So it's more of a psychological trade. So right now it's pulling back in a little bit. What we'd like to do is see this thing after this extended move from 21.90 up towards 24.90, so it's moved up 3 points. We'd like to start seeing it profit take a little bit. And what I like looking left of the chart here is actually we've seen that. We see these upper shadows when it gets a pop. See, this one popped up, 2 to 3 points, and we see a big upper shadow there signifying profit taking. And same thing on this candle a few days ago. And recently it was up towards 29.17, so oftentimes it takes longer for it to reclaim those levels. If it happened very recent, you have a lot of bag holders up in this area that are looking to get out of their trade. So you have to consider that. Most of the time, it will take a lot longer than just a week of trading days for this to reclaim those levels. Although it just sold off down in the low 30s and popped right back up. That I do not like. Oh, Hims might be backside now. I'm looking at it, and it reclaimed the highs and actually made a new high, but now it's starting to sell off. I don't like the price action here at all, but I do like what I just saw. This upper shadow up towards 37. It made a new high, probably took out some stops, and it's starting to come back a little bit. I might hit it for a few shares. We'll try it for 20 shares. I'm not going to go very heavy on it and risk up and over 37. All right, there we go. And it's popping up towards the risk right now. I don't want to give this thing a lot of room because I don't like the price action here at all on this, but after it just made a new high and started pulling back in, I do like that. I like what I see there. So right now working GDS and Hims. Here's the two trades. GDS 53 shares at 24.53. That one's looking okay right now. And then, which we could lean into it since that's our winner. Hims, the one I don't like the price action very much on. But I have a tight stop on it, trying to re-stab at this one to see if it'll start going lower on the day. I have a 2-loss rule on these tickers. I will not take more than 2 losses. If I do, I'm done with the ticker. I don't trade it anymore. So if this thing pops up right now, right back up to this new high that it made, stops me out, I'm done on that ticker. Will not trade it anymore. Popping up towards the risk right now. And then we just went red on GDS, which we've been fine there. So GDS back up towards our average. And Hims about to take us out. And we just got filled on HIMS. Not touching that anymore. It looks like it just wants to keep squeezing out. All right, so GDS. Now that one's trying to get a pop on it. Our risk is over 25. Why could we have not just had Ben? Today's looking weird. I just don't see a ton to trade. Couple opportunities like this REBN. This thing went straight up towards resistance, straight back down, halt down. Hims even higher. GDS still pulling in some. We could hit it again and have like a tight risk. I don't mind going heavier on these as long as the risk is real tight. It's just our only trade at the moment. 24.50 seems to be holding up pretty good on GDS. Should we lean into this one? It's our winner. If I hit it down here, the average is going to be real bad. But we could have a tight stop up and over like the 60s. Because 50s are holding up really well. This SSYS trade is interesting. 11 was tough resistance and now support. I hate longing something that's up 1.5 points. Let's try longing this random SSYS trade. All right, put an order out. SSYS. Stop will be under 1090. 1089 stop on this SSYS. Previous resistance hopefully holds up as support. I see the lower shadow getting balled up there. I'll hit, this 8-cent spread. Might hit GDS for a little bit more. I still like this one, but man, part of me wants to lean into it, but let's not do it. It's just too spready. Let's keep it where it's at. Stop at 85. GDS, 24.50s it broke up and over. So 85 is the stop there. These are going to be my only trades today. I don't want to dig a deep red hole, which I know I'm certainly capable of. Here we're coming right up towards the stop right now. I actually just got taken out GDS. So now we're just in this long. We're red 3 trades. This long trade is the one working out right now. GDS up towards 25. There we go. New highs on SSYS. More highs on SSYS. Thank God we stopped out of GDS. Oh my goodness. This thing is up towards 25.79. Our stop was 24.80. This is why you set stops, ladies and gentlemen. That would have been awful. And him squeezing up higher as well. I'm trying to let this long take longer because that's how they are. SSYS testing the highs, so we're good there. I'm feeling good, traders. I mean, we've had 3 L's, but we're doing fine. We're managing risk really well, trying to let the winners work for us. We are here with SSYS, just letting this long work. This has been a buy on dips. You see the lower shadows. Longs have been just buying this up. I'm not upset with today. Maybe Ben, BEN, I wish I would have taken that. You know, this was my setup. This was exactly my setup. Outside of that, today's been fun. I know in times past when I don't have some of these tickers working for me, I will start over trading and trying to take vengeance on the market versus just slowing down a little bit, because when you're having a red day, you want to keep your red day small. You don't want to start oversizing and over trading and revenge trading. Had a decent upper shadow on GDS up towards 26. Trying to retest its highs right now. 25.50 holding up as support on this. HIM's even higher, squeezing out more. All right, let's hit GDS, 40 shares, 25.80. Stop's going to be up and over 26. I already blacklisted HIMs. We may blacklist GDS too. I don't want to get stopped at the top. 26.20 will be the stop. Oftentimes these bullish looking patterns can be bearish if the ticker is way overbought. Starting to see a little bit of resistance up there. Let's see a lot of resistance up there. Please. 25.50 could get bought up. We'll have to monitor this level. Coming down to that support right now though. Ideally we snap it. But really what I ought to do right now is just kind of set it and forget it. Because we have decent stops on both SSYS and GDS. If they both continue to work, we will probably be sitting good on the day. Oftentimes when I sit here, I'll press the button too quickly. Like I'll take the profits too quick when it could have been a massive green day. GDS, come on, let's crack the 50s. Long one and short one. Need to get under the 50s. Pretty dramatically. We need a dramatic red candle to keep longs scared and away. Otherwise, it's just going to get bought right back up if it's not going to sell off. We need the high to have been set in on GDS. That's what we need. The high needs to have been set, $25.99. We have a 25.80 average GDS. GDS is selling off. Looks like it wants under 25. We'll probably take half off under 25 and then let the other half ride out. I'll see it under 25. Going to cancel the OCO. I want to flush under 25, and I'll take half off. All right, I'm going to take half off right there. And then we're going to set GDS, close with OCO. Stop on the 20 shares. Our average price, $25.80. placed. So profit target on the rest, 24. Stop at our average price, 25.80. That one's still looking good for us. And then SSYS still working the long here. What we should probably do SSYS is take half off here as well. So I'm going to attempt to take half off on SSYS. All right, order filled. So we're out half here. I wish we could trail. I think it's something they're going to add. Right now, realized red, but going to try to let these work so we can maximize our profit on our 2 winners. Okay, traders, out of both positions. Really tiny red day, which is kind of frustrating because we were up nearly 30 bucks. Could have locked in a lot of it and been done. The issue was GDS, which is going to irk me all day. This thing came up and stopped me out right up here near the top, 25.80. I'll be honest, I took half off under 25, right at 25.03, I think. I did not expect this thing to climb all the way back up to the high of the day after dropping a whole point. So the issue was I scaled back into it and then stopped out at the top. And you have to set stops, so we're not going to learn the wrong lesson. Ultimately, I'm happy about today, other than the bin miss and then stopping out at the top here on GDS. That is so frustrating. So it is what it is. We've had tight stops and trying to maximize these winners. Let's say GDS wouldn't have climbed back up to the top and would have stayed heavy against 25. Well, today would be a really nice green day. So traders, it is what it is. I'm happy with my trading. Apparently, I'm just the king of stops. Stopping out really well, letting the winners work. In times past, that's been my issue, is letting these losers get out of hand. Some of them just marrying the ticker rather than understanding she's not loyal, divorcing her, and moving on to something else, and then seeing green with something and trying to immediately take it rather than let it work out. We had smart trades today, just didn't take bin, stopped out well on everything, tried to let everything work for us, so it is what it is. I'm happy with it. I think our trading is going really well. I do believe we're going to grow this account really well, so traders, let me know how you did in the comment section below. We will see you all tomorrow.